Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at some more Roman numerals, but this time we're going up to the big numbers. We're going up to about 1000 and maybe even beyond. We'll see how we feel. So first things first, I want you to look at these symbols. These are the ones we looked at yesterday. I'd like you to put them in order from smallest to largest and think, what is each one worth? You might want to look up your notes if you made any yesterday. If not, you can look it up, but pause the video and try that now. And when you've done that, here's the answer. So we got first 1, I, then V is 5, then X is 10, L is 50, then C is 100. What do you notice? Well, in this case, you've got, they all start with 1s or 5s. You've got 1, 5, 10, 50, 100. Next one would be 500 and so on. Can you think of a number that would use VV? 2 5s in a row. Well, if you got 5 and then another 5, that's 10, isn't it? So you never would say VV. You just write X instead. And this is important. When you're doing Roman numerals, the middle ones, as it were, like the V and the L, you only ever have one of them because that one just shows you how far away you are from the midpoint. You never have two V's, you never have two L's. If you're going to have two V's, you'd use X. If you're going to have two L's, you'd use C. So, looking at this, we've got 1, 5, 10, 50, 100. Do you notice a pattern? Could you predict what D and M would be? What do you think it is? Write it down now, and then we'll see if you're right. Well, if you spotted the pattern, you'll know that here we're going 1, 5, 1, 5, 1. So this again is going to be 500. And then after M is going to be 1000. And it can be a bit strange for M because a lot of people think of M as like million. But in a lot of languages, like in French and Italian and Portuguese and Spanish, mil is actually 1000. And that's where we get millimeter from, for example. So the M here is for milli, as in 1000. Other words you might know are like millennium, which is 1000 year. Worth knowing that, just so you can remember, like we did with C for century yesterday. Now, as the numbers get bigger, it can be helpful to think about it bit by bit and talk about them. And I've got a speaking frame here we can use to help, so we're going to try this. We're going to try it with DXCIV. So I'm reading or writing number DXCIV in Roman numerals. You could say this number as, let's see, D. D is 500, so we can say 500 and XC. C is the next biggest one, so we want D, XC. That means 500 and 10 less than 100. 10 less than 100 is 90. And then we've got IV. So what we might want to do is actually split it up here. So we're going to have the D, the XC, and the IV. So the D was 500. XC was 90, 10 less than 100. And then IV, well in this case V is the 5, and I before the 5 means it's 1 less than 5, so that is 4. So it's going to be 500 plus 90 plus 4, 594. Sometimes if you want to do, you can also draw out a number line for this, really whatever works for you. So you might want to go like this and you could say that, right, we're going to have this bit here is from 0, which of course we know the Romans wouldn't have. So then we'd say that is going to be to 500. Then we would say here we've got XC, that's going to be 590. And then we just go along here and we would say finally IV, that's the 594. So whichever way you like. Here it's going to be your turn. There are 5 questions for you to do. There's 3 on the side, and then there are 2 of these ones. When it says convert, that means I want you to change it to be Arabic numerals, to be the numbers we normally use. And if you're spotting the errors, I want you to say what should she have written, and even better, if you can spot what you think, what might be the mistake that she has made when you're doing Hannah's one. Good luck with these, and let me know how you get on.